I'm doing fantastic. What about you guys? Now, if only we could do that with Power Rangers. I'll
Hey,
let you go first, Ryan.
thank you. So, I thought it was pretty sick. I know a lot of people were like, okay, with Nintendo Rex, I feel like it's just a bunch of stuff that they already are releasing or already plan on releasing. Because my favorite thing is, um, they're like, they're like, oh man, do you like this game? Well, go ahead and open your Switch because it's out now. And it's like, I love that. I love that every time. The only problem was with Radiant Silver again, which is the one thing I was looking forward to and I had to wait a week because apparently that was taken down due to licensing. And but I got it. No, it's an awesome shooter. Have you ever played Ikaruga? Okay, so okay, you need to play that too. Um, Radiant Silvergun is a fantastic shoot 'em up. I don't know if you like shoot 'em ups, but it's really good. One of the main things is like instead of collecting power ups, you just have access to all of your weapons all at once from the beginning and you just kind of level them up as you get a higher score. And a really awesome game. And I was so hurt when they took it off the shop on the same day that they listed it, and they like had this whole direct and everything, and it took like a week for them, but they got it back, so it was really quick. So anyway, a lot of other stuff. Favorite moment was when Miyamoto, right? Came on screen for like 5 minutes to talk about Pikmin, the Pikmin mobile game that nobody wants to play, but he's like, "Please play it. Here's
Hey,
how you
guy.
play it. Here's
Hey,
how you
guy.
download it so you can play it." And then it's like,
Just like, hey,
right,
we know that you want Pikmin 4, but here's this mobile game. And then
yeah,
he's like, oh, by the way, here's Pikmin 4.
Pikmin 4, Pikmin 4, and also mentioned Mario. And it's like, what's funny is I remember hearing or people were like, Pikmin 4 was supposed to be almost done like years ago, apparently, and and people were like, "What do you think that means for Metroid Prime 4?" It's like, oh,
That
oh,
one hits. That one hits too
that
close.
hits. Um, and then there's the how many farming simulators did they have?
It felt like there was at least like 5+ farming simulator games.
Which is your favorite? Which is your favorite? Pick one. Oh, so that's the other thing. By the way, pick one because you're only gonna play one realistically. But so I was waiting for the title. So yeah, here's the thing. Everybody was waiting for the title Harvest Moon. And apparently with the story of seasons, there's like a whole uh rabbit hole of like basically the name apparently it's stolen now. Apparently it's like it's because of mobile games. It's a weird legal issue, so that's why they had to drop the name and it had something to do with the quality of the games. Anyway, it's like I was like, oh, that's kind of messed up that they can't call it Harvest Moon, even though that's the thing that everybody ties it together with. But it's the story of seasons, so whatever. Like I've never played any of those games, but I've always wanted to. So um, they dropped a bunch of stuff though. 13. I don't know if you missed that. What else? Yes. Well, I don't. That's the thing. I don't know if it's a remake or if it's a regular one. 'Cause I've been told to avoid the remake. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And last but not least, Fire Emblem, of course, with the weirdest protagonist.
I mean, I'm pretty interested into the new game. I do like the idea that like your character has like these rings that let them, be pretty much different protagonists from the past games. Even though all we've seen are Marth, Sigurd, and Celica.
To where Tokyo Mirage.
Somewhat, but I wouldn't say
Well,
fully.
I don't know.
It's
They had
very.
to find a
I
way
will.
to cram Marth back in there.
It's
I
well.
was hoping for Roy
It's not fire. It's not Fire Emblem without Marth.
without Marth, but fuck Roy though. You can't have Roy.
Oh, don't worry. They'll probably add Roy, considering the
Yeah,
fact that like they had that whole wheel that showed like all the protagonists like clockwise.
the Wheel of Protect.
Yeah. Like if
I
you
love
actually
that.
look at the very beginning of the trailer, it literally shows a wheel with like different protagonists. Like you saw like Ike on there, there's Lynn.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, they had your game. Disparity. Tunic. I know you like that one. There's you gonna get that one on the Switch?
Hopefully it comes physically. If anything, there'll probably be a limited run games kind of deal, if nothing else.
Give it a run down the list. Which games are you or so okay, so that's the thing is apparently it may be based on like one of those arcade games where you like hit the panels and like
Yeah,
that may be that may be their way of like adapting it, bringing it home, and I like that.
yeah.
So it looks
I
slow for a Prince of the North Star game though. That's kind of weird because the whole thing is like the dude does the finger thing and he's yeah, and all
yeah.
that. So it's like, are they gonna make you do that, or is it gonna be how's that gonna work? Like, I
I
guess if it was Hajime no Ippo or something like that, but like that's kind of
I kind of found it funny, just like when he showed up, it's just like I thought it was like, yo, we're getting a new Fist of the North Star game. It's like Kenshiro is here to help you with your fear. It's like, oh,
oh, it's like it's
because I remember there was one post on Twitter I saw where,
you're
where
already dead.
someone saw
What?
it. It's just like they're like, yo, and then they saw it, like Fitness Box, like, ah.
You've already lost. What? It just explodes. Rated E for everyone. It's like confetti. I don't know what it's like you just explode into like confetti or something.
I could definitely see
They
Nintendo
censor
doing
it.
that.
Yeah. They would mandate it. Terrible name, by the way. Octopath Traveler. I just think it's just kind of it's very like bare bones, and it's also just very like I don't know. It feels like a mistranslation. It's like eight dudes. Just call it. That's the game.
Really, just call the game Eight Dudes.
Just eight dudes. No, I mean that's what I'm saying. Is like that's what it sounds like to me. Eight walking dudes. That's it. It's like okay. So that's what I'm saying. It sounds like a mistranslation.
And here's the sequel, Eight Walking Dudes Part 2.
Yeah. That's even worse. They couldn't call it like Octopath Traveler Two Roads or something like that. Dual Roads. Yeah, from Platoon 3
No,
style.
no, they showed up the Splatfest, which we needed because now,
Flatfest.
but we
Yeah, we do.
needed a
We need
Splatfest so
more.
that way we could grind chunks.
Maybe whatever. I think I'm gonna
Maybe,
try this one.
honestly, they either post about it on YouTube or Twitter, or they just sometimes do it with a direct.
Yeah. I'm curious what's going on. Oh, there's having a Splatfest. The first Splatfest. No, but we gotta know about the Splatfest. It's very important, right, Tips?
Okay, okay, okay,
Imperative.
Spicy. All the Splatoon 3 people are gonna hop on your ass for
Yeah,
saying that.
yeah. It's gonna get canceled. You're gonna get splatted. You're gonna get splat ink. What do they
Okay,
call it?
I will say this. I do agree that I am mad that they didn't show Advance Wars. All right, let's continue, please.
Yeah, whatever. That's all he's mad about. That's the only thing any Nintendo fan about is mad about. Nintendo fans are never happy, which is fair because Nintendo does not like to keep people. They only want to work on the things they want to work on. Occasionally
Fair enough.
they'll take something out of the a nugget of nostalgia out of the closet, which is funny because the things I was interested in were actually old shit. Now that I think about it, because it was rated Silvergun, and those remakes of Front Mission that I was so happy to get to Front Mission 3. If you've ever seen Front Mission, this is a really good time to get to get excited for it because they're coming in the future. They promise. Um which means I'm going to turn into you when inevitably in the future when they when they forget about them or they think we've forgotten about them, they haven't released a release date yet because they really haven't. Looks neat. Haven't played it. Yeah. Theatrum. Yeah.
I almost kind of forgot about the series, but then I remembered. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
I really.
I used to play that a lot back when I was in middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have this weird feeling about Final Fantasy. But I mean, well, go ahead. I'm sorry. It's just it's like a 20, 30 year for well no, that's too old. It's like a 25-year franchise. And it's weird that they have so many games, so many spin-offs like this. It's like, who is this for? Are people just gonna I mean, I hope their fans are having a good time, but it's just like people are just buying Final Fantasy still, huh? Like they're still nostalgic for things. But I don't know. It's like
Oh, 10? It's actually up there.
No, not on
well,
not on
well,
the direct, but
it's
it's
well,
been
hands,
released for the Switch.
yeah. So it's like hands down, everyone always remembers 7. Because
Yeah,
why would they ever forget it?
because 7 was a tipping point. That was like one of my first games. Final Fantasy 7. That was when the power of the PlayStation was revealed. But I think it also had to do with the marketing, because at the time, everything was like, well, for one, they made it look like it was bigger than it was, even though like 90% of the game is like that weird kind of pixel chibi kind of look, and
Yeah,
they showed off those
like kind of
cutscenes.
blocky.
Yeah, and they showed off those cutscenes, and you're just like, "Oh, this is the future of
Well,
gaming.
if I have,
Everything's
if
gonna look like this." And it's like, no. I mean,
like,
some of it was.
well, yeah, but like, I think obviously one of the reasons was because back in like the 90s, 3D was like the big thing that you had to like push out. Like if you were not doing 3D, like you were probably doing something wrong.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
God, I still need to go back and finish Final Fantasy 7,
I don't think I've finished a single.
the original.
I don't think I've finished a single mainline Final Fantasy game. I've been meaning to for ages.
I mean, hold on, Spacey. Hey, aren't you gonna mention 10 too?
What about Crystal Chronicles?
It's on Switch. Ah,
Everybody says it. First 8 hours are terrible. Game's too linear, but it's actually a good game. Whatever.
13 too.
Actually have the trilogy on PS3, but I've never played it.
So I mean, everyone always remembers 14 because whole MMO thing, but
Or
it's
more.
also the fact that like if you're really into MMOs, then like sure, go for it.
Yeah. Or try at 11.
I don't even
Is
is
that even
11
still
still?
online?
I
I
don't
think
even know.
so. They still sell it. That somebody's online.
Oh, I'd say maybe private servers.
Probably. You are gotta find something. I only remember 11 because there's mention of Absolute Virtue was apparently a boss that's uh it's a raid boss that's like so impossibly hard that it can actually heal itself, causing you to make you like fight. You could pretty much fight it forever, but
Yeah.
you have a limited time to fight it. So it's like, yeah. I've only played 7. I played a few of the spin-off games. I've never beat 7. I got really close, because I had acquired it on a computer, and I got like halfway through the game, and then my computer crashed. And I
Ooh,
was just like, I can't. And then 12, I got really far. Well, no, I didn't get. I was grinding really good in 12. Got like a good portion. I think I got like 30, 40% of the way through. And then I don't know why. I think I just got burnt out on that game because it was just like that was one that was kind of hard unless you like really grinded, and you had to you really had to work to get like materials and stuff. So I know that game was more about grinding than anything else. It felt more like like a like a MMO, but like if they took out the online part of it, you know? That's what I always felt 12 felt like. Yeah. But I've been go ahead. I was gonna say I've been meaning to play it since they got that what is it, the International Super Duper Zodiac Edition or whatever.
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean I have the PC version. I think if I got the Switch copy, I'd probably like it a lot more. Definitely play it. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say, what do you think about Nintendo releasing all those nice being nice collecting all those excuse me, all those ROMs and dropping them and only charging you was it like $30 a month or $50 a month?
50. Oh, the new NSO games.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. All yeah, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. I oh good.
Mhm.
One thing I'll say is like the GoldenEye making it online and like I could probably see it for that because there's a lot of nostalgia tied up in GoldenEye and adding Pokemon Stadium and Mario Party on top of that. Um, actually, I'll admit they whoever is picking out those titles has got some good looks. Really? Ooh, that's interesting. So
That's
they're
neat.
gonna multi-platform that shit, even though it literally says only on Nintendo 64 on the ROM thing. It's on the N64 Direct thing. It says literally only. Yes, that's funny. It's funny how they kind of occlude that information that so many of these games are gonna be multi-platform. It's like it's funny that now they're like it's gonna release on this console. They make a big deal and a big show, and it's like, oh yeah, it's also on these 70 other platforms. And it's like, yeah, I love that. I love that deceptive marketing that they make. Um,
Like, I do enjoy the fact that like we get GoldenEye, the Stadium games, and the first three Mario Party games. But it does make me sad that like you actually have to have the online expansion just to be able to play with friends.
oh, I hate that. I ran into that earlier when I was trying to get on and play or trade in Pokemon apparently, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I don't have the online pass anymore. That's funny.
It just makes me more sad due to the fact that I really don't have anyone who has the expansion.
Oh yeah.
Considering how expensive it is.
Mm. I
Spacey, you're muted. I don't. I mean, I'm part of a family plan, but that doesn't mean that I really play with them.
he doesn't fuck. He doesn't mess with them.
Look, they're my brother's friends, not mine.
Uh, they're not my family. I didn't ask to be born. This- yeah. Okay. But okay. Cloud. Oh my god. As soon as they said cloud, I was like, yeah. Crisis core. Oh, sorry.
They did it dirty.
Yeah. Yep. Uh, yeah. Crisis core. Re-releasing that. That is now no longer trapped on the PSP. So I think that actually deserves some celebration because it's not gonna die. It's gonna go from one dead handheld culture console to another. Well, not
Yeah,
an alive handheld console. So,
and it actually does look very beautiful.
oh yeah, it was already beautiful, and it's
Well,
just now,
it looks more beautiful. Is
yeah,
what I should be saying.
more beautiful. I think there's different file size and different what's the word like optimization and things like that. I feel like that's a more labor intensive game than all those. So um than say like Crisis Core since it was on the PSP and Sifu, which is I don't know. I feel like it's a lot more technical limits going on. I don't want to cram it on one of those little cartridges. Yeah, bullet hell shoot 'em up galaxy kind of game. That's what I was hearing. Even the GameCube version was running better, and also there was like a PS3 or PS2.
It's PS. It was one on PS2 only in Japan, but then there was the PS3 one that we did get here.
Yeah, and it was like HD or something, and I think you got like what didn't it come with a sequel or something?
Yeah, it came with Dawn of the New World, which I feel is weird because I think not a lot of people consider it
Hmm.
as like I don't know canon maybe because like I literally it's like sometimes I like to listen to the openings for Tales series and One of the videos I listened to literally has like all the intros but that one, which makes it
Interesting.
me think, why isn't this one in here? Like, wouldn't you think that this is a proper sequel, or do they just think that this is just like an AU kind of deal?
Maybe not enough people played it or something.
Probably.
Probably just limited availability.
Yeah.
Um, Life is Strange. I have not. Yeah. Hmm. You can play them on the Switch. The Switch tax. Nintendo tax. You're missing. You're missing romance. You're missing Romancing Saga Minstrel Song. I know that's what I'm saying. Like it's called Minstrel Song. I was like Minstrel Song. Whoa! I was like, that's gonna be an interesting game. Pick that up to the title alone. I'll be like, oh, there's a lot less racism in this game than I thought there'd be. Disappointed. Yeah, go ahead, sir. Yeah. I know that's so weird. But the last thing I heard of Fall Guys was the Destiny update where they well not Destiny update, but they had the Destiny character costumes in there, and I was like, that's kind of a weird thing to announce. They're just shooting everything out there,
Hmm.
trying. Please come back to our game. Please play our game. Please stream it. Please. You can do it on the Switch, please. Kirby's Return to Dreamland
Yep.
Deluxe. Oh yeah. This Yeah, but
Yeah,
this is like the third or fourth Kirby game on the Switch, right?
I believe so.
Because you had the Star Buddy, Star Allies,
Yeah.
and the last one, Robo no,
Forgotten Land.
Vorland, um, Vorland, um, because the mouth thing, and now we have this one, and it's like that's nice, that's nice. I'm glad to see they get them attention. They just need to re-release his games into like a collection.
It's
Keep
like
doing that. If you love these characters so much, these franchises, put them in collections. Put them re-release them. Keep doing it. Keep selling it to us.
I'm like kind of happy that they put it on, but like something that I don't even know if they announced is if it does have online or not.
Nah.
And they would do
Uh,
that, just be like, by the way, this game doesn't have online. This game
no.
is over 10 years old, but we're not gonna add online to it.
No local co-op. I mean, only local co-op. We have the one feature that Halo Infinite does not. PlayStation Direct.
State of play.
State of play.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever they said. Yeah, I looked up the name. Was it like Day of Play? Day Play Date?
Play date?
Play date? I don't know what it's like. I didn't even care. It was like I was like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't give a shit. Like they're gonna. I already knew God of War, and I'm like, yeah, I want that. Everything else is inconsequential. They need to hurry up and re-release all those other games.
Yeah, Inshin.
That yeah, it came out. So it came out in Japan a long time ago, or at least the original version did.
Yeah, it
We
was like,
never got that, which is kind of weird because it was kind of trying to take off. But I can understand that this is a Japanese ass game anyway. Why would we release the most Japanese version of it over? Which if did you? I don't know if you noticed the announcement that apparently it's gonna be dubs only, or no, excuse me, subtitled only.
oh, subtitles. Yeah, I'm fine with
Yeah,
that.
and that's and which makes sense to me because I'm like,
Yep.
yeah, it's Japanese, like they're already, But I think it has something to do with the recent interest in more like Japan like centric games. You know what I mean? And like with Ghost of Tsushima and Sekiro and what's the other one? There was another one, right? Neo and haven't there ever been some more? The past- Why isn't there Onimusha? Where's Onimusha? Oh my god, where's Onimusha? Well, if I remember correctly, isn't the original the bastard child of like an attempt at Resident Evil? Something like that, similar to Devil May Cry, and it's like so that is interesting. Yeah, that's interesting that you say that. But I really just want to see Onimusha 2 again, because that one is where they introduce like a whole character buddy system tree, like where you can actually do side quests to make other characters like you, and like you can switch out to them at a certain point in the story, and you can go back and do it multiple times. There's like four different characters, two, no, three or four different characters you can play as. I mean, only temporarily. And then three was way different because it involved time travel and it had actor Jean Reno, which they're probably never going to revive because now that I think about it, oh shit, that series used actual people. They used people's face, like they scanned them into the game. Oh, so we might not get that in Onimusha because of rights alone, unless they decide to redo those faces. Um, John Renault's a real person, so and he's still alive as the last I checked. So I mean, the other dudes were dead, but or at least dead now. Like, dude who played the um, what's his name, Yaku Jube. He was yeah, that's funny. Oh man, that's depressing. We may never get Onimusha because the real life people might not want that to happen. Oh, right. So, anywho, that's a weird tangent. It's a depressing tangent. But let's hope
There's
they make Onimusha Blade Warriors, probably the worst Onimusha game.
there's just so many games that like could get revived, but game companies will never do it.
Yeah, Onimusha 4. Is that another uh Japan? Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, another one. Which is crazy that Assassin's Creed is apparently gonna jump into Japan all late after everybody's already done it and people's been begging them to do it. I think it's more ignorance, but I think like that would be fascinating because there are a lot of good African like folklore tales and people it's really an untapped market. Like I think people just default to like either Japanese samurai or um medieval this Dark Souls esque or whatever, like medieval world and stuff like that. I think like you could really do some interesting stuff if you branch out a little bit farther. And you know what I mean? Like I would love to see like some stories like about, like or some stories like inspired by those myths and all those stories. Um that would be sick. Or shit, even just in different countries. Like India was alright. What else we got? Yeah, of course. I think we already said it, but yeah, it's worth mentioning. Everyone's, anticipating that one. Dad of War. Uh
Dad of War.
Dad of War 2. God of War, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Shoot. Um, Hogwarts Legacy. Oh man. Any JR. Okay, so that one's it's gonna be interesting to see how that one gets rolled out. If not because of the whole J.K. Rowling situation and how she kind of pisses off Twitter and the internet every other now and then. It looks neat, but I've never really been into Harry Potter. I mean, I have the movies, but I've never I've only watched the first one, and I have the first book, and that's pretty much it. Uh, so it'll be interesting. Um, see how that goes. Pacific Drive. That looks like something that deserved to be looked at. It does look like it, just because of the thing. I want to know what's going on because is all you're gonna be doing driving, or is it gonna be like a roguelike? Like I'm very curious what that's gonna be. Is it gonna be a whole narrative? I'm very curious. I want to know like what else they plan on because that can't be it, you know. Um, let's see, PlayStation loyalty program. Ah, Synduality. It's Bamco, or Namdai, Bandai Namco. Yeah, no. Well, I was talking about Synduality. That's the one before that one. That was his an anime mech kind of thing going on. Kind of cyberpunkish. But I'm looking at the combat. Doesn't look super complicated. So I'm like, I hope if you play it, it actually feels good because it doesn't look like super great. I don't know. Maybe you'll jump in and it's like, oh, you feel like you're in a mech. But maybe I don't know. Maybe the controller's tight. But yeah, Project Eve renamed to Stellar Blade. Yeah, I saw that we were talking about. Anime girl. She looks. I don't know to say this. She looks Chinese. Yeah, something. It looks neat. Anime is shit. She's just like jumping around and stuff. Yeah. A lot of people are concerned over her looks, and it's like it's an interesting direction. I'll say that. Um, how do you manage to look?
Honestly, I
What?
didn't really. I mainly just kind of skimmed through some of
Yeah.
the state of play.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't even remember a lot of the stuff that was
Yeah.
really in it.
I think what you need to
But then
say is
again, that
the
was
breasts
like
aren't big
days
enough.
ago when I looked at it.
Yeah, breasts are not big enough.
Say really, the only games that caught my attention were God of War and Inshin.
This looks like less style. Well, the detail on the monsters have are way better than like say Bayonetta. But no, wait, yeah, no. This look like if they took Bayonetta and just made it like way more serious.
Mhm. Speaking of which, didn't they talk about Bayonetta during the direct?
Oh yeah, they did. It's Bayonetta 3. That's good. It's good. We're getting it. It still exists.
Wish I could say the same thing about Metroid Prime 4.
We don't know. They have
Yeah,
restarted.
they had to restart it.
Which makes you think, what was the version that we may have gotten? Because it was supposed to be, wasn't it developed by, gonna be
Disbearity.
originally developed by CyberConnects? No,
Yeah.
no, yeah, now, but like, wasn't it originally CyberConnect or something like that?
No, I thought it was
Metroid
always
Prime
retro.
4? No, that's when they stopped, uh, production and moved to, retro.
Hmm. I thought it was always retro, like no matter from like the very beginning when they were developing the game. Before like, the can.
No, it was originally developed by Bandai Namco Studios, and then in 2019 they restarted under retro.
Gotcha.
So I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd rather it probably just be made by Retro considering that
Yeah.
Retro Studios has been doing Metro Prime since the beginning.
Yeah. That would be nice. Maybe, you know what? We keep
Hmm.
getting these rumors of like a Metroid Prime remaster. Maybe that's why it's taking so long because like they keep like maybe they're working on both or something like that.
Probably.
So it's potential. You know what I mean? Like so, cross your
I mean,
fingers.
I would like to see them get remastered for Switch.
Yep.
I don't know if like they try and just I don't know how they do. Actually, no, never mind. They have motion controls,
Tales of Rise,
but
Scarlet
even
Nexus.
that, I don't know how they do the first two since they could do motion controls like they did with the Wii versions, but at the same time they could just do normal controller stuff.
Mm,
If anything, it does make me kind of sad that
mm,
if anything from Retro, we could have gotten that Zelda game that they wanted to develop.
mm. Oh yeah, you talking about the Sheik thing or
Yeah,
the
the Sheikah thing.
supposedly the whack-a-mole, whatever it was?
Okay.
That
It's like
that's
the
what it
only
was
thing.
described as,
Uh,
apparently.
to say from what I remember, it was that apparently it was supposed to um revolve around the last male member of the Sheikah in like some kind of Zelda timeline
How's this
or
gonna
an
work
AU.
out?
I don't know.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you're the last, like, well.
What what if it turns out that Link was reincarnated as Sheikah for the game? I could at least see it.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
he's already the hero of time.
Well, he's the hero of everything.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
PlayStation didn't really have that many announcements. It seems
Yeah.
like. Well, how long was that PlayStation thing? I didn't even watch
I
it. Was
think
it like 15 minutes?
it was like 20.
20 minutes? Oh, okay, that's short and sweet. That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah,
They didn't. They
Inshin.
didn't even have to do that. Why did they even bother?
I don't know. Yeah. Like I said, the only games that caught my eye were God of War and Inshin Like a Dragon. And the fact that, possibly getting Yakuza 8. Wait. Yeah, Yakuza 8. And, hopefully if we anything, we could probably get a Yakuza party game.
What that we're looking forward to? No, I mean, they didn't have that much there with PlayStation. Um, but I feel like their short and sweet presentation because the one thing everybody wanted they had, so everyone's like satisfied. Versus Nintendo, which had a bunch of stuff that like I think a bunch of people looked at and do want. I think a lot of people don't think that's great because they had all the farm sims, and I'm like, they just gave y'all a fucking feast, and y'all are still like, what's it gonna take? It's like, no, I don't know.
Oh, we have many years before Nintendo fans are satisfied.
Yeah, they're not getting satisfied. If I ever hear anything about Animal Crossing fans or who else like Metroid Prime, it's like that they gave you they fed you last week. Like let everybody else eat. It's like they don't feed everybody at the same time. They feed in waves, except for Left Zero. You're dying if you like Left Zero and Star Fox. Didn't do Zelda dirty. Everyone's like, how did they do Zelda dirty? They didn't release a game that they weren't working on. It's like they didn't do anybody dirty. I mean, okay, if they Mhm. Yes. All they had to do was get a whole studio in charge of making a remake and make it within less than a few years and get it done and get it up and running and then release the game and allocate the resources. Was a 3D All Stars.
Mario 3D All Stars.
3D All Stars.
Mario 64, Sunshine,
Yeah,
and
but
Galaxy.
even still, that was like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what you get when you slam together some shit. It's like maybe, you know what I mean? Like, give them some time. If they want to work on these ports or these remasters or whatever, give them all the time they need. What's that quote that gets attributed to what's his face Miyamoto? The A delayed game is ball in his life. You know the quote. I
and
want to
all
say it
and all
too.
you want to do is play Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe they're working on. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're working on something even better. Hey, at least they. I mean, they're gonna really. They say they're working on Zelda Breath of
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Breath of the Kingdom.
Okay, Ryan.
I like how artistic their names are. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom.
If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and also hit the bell notification down below. Thanks for watching.